welcome to Coach's Corner. You know what I mean? Obviously, we are an hour late. It's because I didn't really want to go on this by myself and do it by myself. Obviously, I'm covering for Hanno Championship predictions. Obviously, game week 44. Obviously, there is some rescheduled games as well, which we will get into. But I'm joined with two people. Obviously, one of them is a regular every now and then on this, and that is Lewis. How are we, Lewis?
Nah, I was just kind of a Snapchat message. Oh, go Snapchat.
There you go. That's how he's feeling. And then the next person,
You.
Harry, mate. Big up yourself. How are we?
Mate. I'm all right. You?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Do you know what I mean? I'm all right. But yeah, obviously championship predictions, like I said. Obviously, there's like the game week 44, of course, and then there's 3 rescheduled games during the week. And might as well just get into here because you know they're from a separate game week. It's not like they're the next game week. So yeah, first one we're going to get into. Once Lewis is drunk now, I'm going to let him say his thoughts. Do you know what I mean? See the first one, Hull City versus Watford. How are you feeling going into this one, Lewis?
I swear there was T Grandals in that.
I don't want to know.
You what?
How are you feeling going into this one? Taking on Watford at home?
Fairly confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not great. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have a decent, well, they have a few decent attacking options, but apart from that, they're quite useless.
Yeah,
Especially
exactly. No, exactly that. It looks like their playoff chances are looking very slimmer. Obviously, Wilder, you know, the way things are going, they'll probably get rid of him at the end of the season. You know what they're like with managers. So, yeah, no, it's totally understandable why you're confident going into this one. You are narrowly the favourites on this, literally by 1%, which is mad. But, yeah, no, you know, you said you're confident after saying all that. Score prediction?
Well, we didn't really have. Middlesbrough weren't really bad. It was just 5 minutes of lapse concentration, but apart from that, we looked decent. Injuries, we still have no attacking, actual strike like, but we seem to be able to find the net without strikers, more than we actually do with strikers. But with all that said, I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, but I think we will get 3 points. Somewhere there's 2 on Hull.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Harry, mate, how'd you see this one going?
Watford pretty poor, aren't they, really, this season? Like, not lived up to expectation. Hull, you know, they've actually been decent recently. Like, Middlesbrough first half, they were really good. Like, fully deserved the lead and everything. I could see Hull winning this quite comfortably, actually. 2-0 win to Hull.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You know, to be fair, you know, I could see Hull winning, you know, especially just how poor Watford have been. You know, Hull, obviously, I've said it as well, since your new managers come in, you know, you're a lot better defensively. Obviously, I know you did concede 3 the other day, but that's against Middlesbrough, you know, one of the best sides in the league. So, yeah, saying all that, I could see you guys winning, but I just got a feeling it's going to be a draw. I don't know why. Just got a feeling it's going to be a 1-1. But obviously, I hope you lot win. That would be nice. But
Harry Vaughan.
Harry Vaughan. Vaughan. I'm so Vaughny. I'm so Vaughny. If you know,
yeah,
you
thank
know.
God you didn't say something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why we say it. That's why we say it. And I only clicked on it the other day and was like, I now get it.
There you go. But yeah, Chris is in the comments, says, big up, lads. Big up yourself, mate. Whooped in North London in general. But yeah, I know. Oh, mate, honestly, watching that game.
Southampton, the bowl jobs.
Yeah, them and Arsenal bad as each other. Honestly.
They're going down. They're going down. They're going down. They're going down.
Oh, Lewis, you can't be saying that, bro.
Sure.
There you go. You like that one, Lewis? Chris has gone 3-1 to Hull.
3-1.
Like yeah. He reckons, yeah, I saw that earlier. He said that on my stream. He reckons, see, you lost your last game 3-1, you'll win the next one 3-1. That would be boss, and that would be class. I'd love to see that. You know what I mean?
But no, but the thing is, we didn't like. I think you can probably agree with this, Harry. Overall, we didn't deserve to lose 3-1. It was just 5-6 minutes of lapse concentration where they just bang, bang, bang. You know, that's.
To be fair, I sort of predicted it, didn't I? Obviously, I did get that game right, and I did say I reckon like you lot will play all right, but they'll just take their.
We did play decent. I think they had like the first half, especially. They dominated the first I think you agree with this, Harry. They dominated the first 5-10 minutes, and then we just slowed them down a bit, and they didn't really know what to do because I think Middlesbrough just like the fast, like the free flowing sort of football, not like the slow, patient football. But we learned like the last half an hour of the first half, we didn't allow them to do as much. I mean, down the wing, don't get me wrong, they dominated all game. They dominated down the wings, and I think that was our weakness that game, down the wing. And I'm not saying it's not because the players that were playing as fullbacks weren't up to scratch. I think what we have is we have Louis Coyle, who I think you probably saw this, Harry. Especially in the first maybe 10-15 minutes, he seems to to act as like a third centre back when he's not a third centre back.
Yeah.
But he's always seems like the narrow sort of attempt and not really the wide all out there. Yes, I maybe understand with the fact to maybe stop the flow through the middle, but when they're going down the wing, he seems to just tuck inside, and it's almost like he expects somebody to cover him all the time, and he's not always gonna have that cover. But apart from that, in the second half, he was good. Probably maybe should have had a shot on target. I mean, he had a shot, but it was to be fair, it wasn't even that far wide.
It was just like 10 minutes of just brilliant Middlesbrough, basically.
Yeah, but it wasn't really. It's like I say, it wasn't exactly when the goals came in the first 10 minutes of the first half.
Yeah. The goal when the goals came.
Yeah, when the goals come, we just shut off and just let them attack, and that's what killed us. I mean, we had an opportunity to go. I think it was 2-0 up at the time, or maybe go 2-1 ahead, which maybe would have slowed it down a bit.
What are you laughing at?
What Chris is just put in the comments.
But then, I mean, I don't want to see Papkas in a whole shirt again. My lord, he should have put it as 1-0 up. Bailey, he passed it wide. I don't know how he missed that. And then in the second half, he blazed it about 20 yards wide. So hopefully that's the last we see of Pelkas, because my lord, he's not great. But no, apart from that, we wasn't too bad. But I do think we not exactly grind this one out, but I think we do. Overall, I think we was a better team against Middlesbrough. But it was just like I'm saying, just a lapse concentration with 5-10 minutes where we just allowed everything they tried to work. But apart from that, we wasn't overly bad.
Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. So yeah, there's that. There you go. My prediction for this one. Oh, I've already said it. What mine about? I've already said it. Flipping hell. But yeah, moving on to the next one. The next game that we're going to get into is Coventry versus Reading. Now, this one's an interesting one because, obviously Reading have had the two, last decent results, obviously drawing to the best side in the league and then drawing to one of the best teams on form, and obviously Luton. People probably look at it, think they can maybe get something. Obviously, Coventry last game, obviously drew with Blackburn, obviously the goalkeeper scoring, which is an absolute madness.
I don't count that as a goal because it was their handball. Well,
they still said it was his goal. It was everywhere. Everyone was loving it.
It's his goal, but he's handballed it.
Coventry, they have a late chance, getting into play. Obviously, a lot of teams do. They're still in the battle for it. Reading, the thing that gives me confidence that Reading won't win this game in that sense is obviously away. They're the worst side in the league. Away from home. But I do think they will make it tight. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-0 Coventry. Lewis, your thoughts on score prediction?
I mean, from what it seemed, they played decent again to you. They could have went 2-0 up, but Andy Carroll was, I think he was offside.
Nah, he handballed it, mate. He handballed
with
it.
handball.
Yeah.
Yeah, handballed and 2 minutes later got sent off. Classic Andy Carroll, if you ask me.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, obviously, decent result for Reading against you on the midweek. Coventry, they had to fight hard to obviously get a point against
Blackburn.
Blackburn. Well, they're actually playing the net for once. Jesus Christ. But I think I do think Coventry get playoffs. I've just got that feeling Coventry will get playoffs. So I'm going to go with 2-1 Coventry because I don't expect it to be. I don't expect it to be too. I don't really expect it to be a brilliant game. I just think it'll be where they'll just take the chances. I don't think there'll be a whole lot of chances in this game because as much as Reading ain't great at the back and well all around really, Coventry they have the spells and then they just don't really know how to play football. I thought for a spell. So I think it'll be one of them games. I do think Coventry win this.
Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I agree, especially like I said, with our poor Reading are away, worst side away in the league. Yeah, Harry, mate, how do you see this one?
I can't stand Coventry, mate. I really cannot. But I think Reading no Andy Carroll for this game because he's suspended. I think they've got a lot of injuries as well, and I mean, I think Coventry will be buzzing from that late equaliser at Blackburn, which was massive. So to be honest, mate, I think probably like 3-0 Coventry, even though I don't want them to win, but yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. That's understandable. Chris gone 2-1 to Coventry. He also says, I'm glad Paul Ince is sacked, to be honest. Listening to his utter garbage before he didn't get Reading job may be simple as this, Paul. You're crapping your job.
Why did they do that, though? Like, stupid.
Some of the things he said, like, even
I do agree. He used to come out with some wild stuff.
Jurgen Klopp was in charge of his team. They wouldn't be able to do much. We'd have to play this, that, another. Basically, what you're saying there is, regardless of who the manager is, we're still going to be shit. That's basically what you're trying to say.
Yeah, he was a knobhead, mate. He was a knobhead. That's why when Luton played them this week, I wanted him to be the manager. He always made up some stupid excuse, and beat him. I remember the game last season, final game of the season, and coming out with some nonsense. It was just when he was a couple of weeks before he got sacked, he had this interview and he was like, "Oh, Luton don't play football, all right, mate. Are we third and you're fighting near the bottom then, fool?" Yeah. But anyway, less said about that guy, the better. Moving on to the next one. The next game is a very interesting one, and that is Norwich versus Swansea. And the reason I say it's interesting is because Swansea still have a possibility of getting in the playoffs. Now, I don't think it will happen, personally, but if they start racking up a few wins in these final games, they could get in there. Now, I did say at the start of the season, there's always one team you don't expect to be in that race. And I did say it would be Swansea for the playoffs. Taking on Norwich, I personally think this will be the season Norwich don't make the playoffs. Or obviously, they go back up straight away, win the league. But I don't think they will make playoffs this season, to be honest. Swansea have not won at Norwich since 2018. And that was in the Premier League as well. That was a 3-2 victory. Swansea, obviously, I said 0-0 during the week, and that ended up being 4-2. So I was very wrong there. Norwich obviously drew to QPR, which is a better point for QPR than obviously Norwich. Do you know what? I'm going to go the exact same score it was when Swansea beat them last time at Carroll Road, mate. I'm going for a crazy one again. Crazy goals for Swansea. 3-2 Swansea. That is my prediction for that one, mate. I'm going goals galore. Harry, your thoughts on this one?
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? Either be a high scoring game or a really boring game. Norwich have to win. Swansea ain't got anything to play for, have they, really?
They can get playoffs, but they have to win all their games, basically.
Yeah.
Really,
and rely on other teams at the top not to win.
Yeah,
sort of like that. They can still get them, though. They can actually still get them.
They can get them, but realistically talking, that they're not going to get it.
Yeah. No, that's what I said. Yeah.
Maybe I reckon maybe a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Lewis, your thoughts on this one?
I don't think it'll be spectacular. I just got a feeling Swansea were bound off the result of midweek. I know it's at home. Obviously, we sit away. But I don't think Norwich get playoffs. I don't think they're not that they're not good enough. It's just not the hype this year. I don't know why. But I don't mind it because it's a decent little away day, and it's a really nice ground.
Yeah.
So I'm going to 1-0 Swansea.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. It's mad. So obviously, Chris came on the channel for him earlier as well. It's weird. I say 3-2 Swansea. He goes 3-2 the other way. So we both reckon it'll be high scoring, just 3-2 to the other team. So yeah, that's fair enough. Moving on to the next one, which I believe, it is Burnley versus QPR. Now, Burnley obviously didn't win during the week against Rotherham, but if they do win this game, obviously they do win the league, lift the title, all of that sort of stuff. Taking on QPR, for me, it's a very favourable game, especially being at home. Even though they haven't won their last two games, they're promoted already. And I just think with this one being at home, obviously the last two haven't been, they'll just want to wrap up the title. And I believe they will against QPR, obviously fighting down there. But yeah, QPR, this is going to be a long afternoon, I reckon. I'm going to go straight up 4-0 Burnley. Your thoughts, Lewis?
Burnley should run this quite comfortably. QPR ain't all that. They're definitely going to be down there in the season, maybe even go down. Which I won't mind because I don't think they're anything special. And, regardless of what happens this season, they are going to lose a few key players like Chair and them sort of people.
Yeah.
But this is going to be reasonably straightforward for Burnley, I'd imagine, especially at Turf Moor. Not like it really matters because QPR is that bad. So I'm just going to 3-0 Burnley.
Yeah, 3-0. That Chris has gone with that in the chat as well. Harry, your thoughts on this one, mate?
I'd love a Gareth Ainsworth winning this. It'd be bloody classic Ainsworth. But mate, why? I don't get why you look at QPR's side, like Gareth Ainsworth just isn't like the type of manager that they need. Like he doesn't play like attacking football, and that team. You look at their team, it's like certain players where they want to be playing attacking football, like Adoma and Chair and all that. So you got a manager who basically like sets up negatively in a way, and that's suited like Wickham, and that's fair enough, but not fucking these like.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was
Um,
very surprised when they appointed him, to be honest.
yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'd love a QPR win for Gareth Ainsworth because he's a beautiful human being, Eddie.
Oh my word.
God's sake.
Mate, he is though. He's a good man. But
he's a good manager. I don't mind him as a manager. I just don't think he's too the club.
The way he fucking dresses and his nice long hair, you know what? He's gonna put a cast on Burnley this weekend, I reckon. 1-0 QPR.
Oh, jeez. Oh, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
I tell you what, mate. If I come in, I'll buy you a pump. I'll buy you a pint when I'm next down there. Well, actually, I'm down there this weekend, actually. But well.
Yeah.
There you go. Chris says QPR top in October and could be relegated at the end of the season. Yeah, I know, it's mad, isn't it? It is mad.
It's just strange.
What's that, Lewis? It's just yawning, you know.
It's just strange though, because under Bill they were just so good, and then obviously they got nearly quickly, and that never worked.
Yeah, that was shocking.
And then
Remember his first game was against Luton.
And then Angel thought they'd they'd kind of get away from that sort, not massively because of the situation the Quickly put him in.
Gareth Ainsworth blew one on me.
I thought Angel would actually help him a bit, but it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse.
Gotta love Gareth Ainsworth though, Lewis. He's a beautiful man.
I'm not going that far. I just think he's a decent manager.
No, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Like, actually, can I change my prediction?
Yeah, go on.
I'll go for 1-1. But I'd love QPR to win. It'd be class.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I mean, like I said, it's one of them, innit? Obviously, like I said, they haven't won the last two, but at the same time, they haven't been at home. We know how good their home record is this season as well, unbeaten at home. So yeah, I think they'll do it. Wrap up the last half. If they win the league as well. So it just makes sense for them to just go all out in that sense because, like I say, it's at home. Just win it there, really. So yeah, that's that. There's that. The next one, another interesting one, in my opinion. Cardiff versus Stoke. Now, Stoke have had a bit of a drop off after having, them good results. Like beating Sunderland away, beating Blackburn at home, and slapping up Coventry away. Since then, had a few, not great results, especially at home. Obviously, they're away in this one. They did lose midweek to Wigan at home as well. I knew they would, I had a feeling Wigan would get some sort of result. Didn't think they would quite win. Obviously I said a draw. Taking on Cardiff. Obviously Cardiff got that very impressive comeback win against Watford, which obviously I love to see. Cardiff being at home, most of the season, obviously they've been just above the relegation zone. I do think they'll stay up. Stoke, with this little bit of weird form they've had, I'm going to go over Cardiff win. I'm going 1-0 Cardiff. Your thoughts, Lewis?
I think it's just a boring game of football. Not much really happens. Yeah, I think there'll be a few chances, but it's not going to be anything special. It's not going to turn into anything 0-0.
0-0 straight up. Fair enough. Harry, your thoughts, mate?
Two shit teams, really, had it.
Not greatest.
Pretty boring. Like, Cardiff could still go down, couldn't they? Or are they all right?
They could. So I'll show you the table. So they're literally, so they're on 45.
Oh, look at that. Birmingham above the Tigers. Gotta love it.
But yeah, no, they could still go down, yeah.
Oh, they are in it, jeez. Yeah, I reckon a card would did. Yeah, Cardiff win. Like 2-0. Yeah,
2-0. Yeah, like, again, you and Chris, 2-0. He's gone as well. So yeah, no, fair enough. On to the next one. I don't think this game will be awfully great. I can't lie. Bristol City versus Rotherham. Obviously, Rotherham did get that, good 2-2 draw for them. Obviously, it's a point safer. You could say. I do think this will be the season they will stay up. Obviously, usually they're, getting relegated when they come back up, similar to Norwich in the Premier League. That's how they usually are, Rotherham. But in the Championship, taking on Bristol City, who I'd say since that Middlesbrough game have been crap, to be honest. Obviously, they except that Stoke game after that. Other than that, they obviously, have not had the best of results really. So, the 2-0 loss to Watford. There's another game. Can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's not been awfully great. Because Bristol will City at home, I'm confident they won't lose, and I don't rate Rotherham that much away. It's more so at home where I'm back them to get a result most of the time. So for that, I'm going to go over 1-1. Your thoughts, Lewis?
Two average teams, really. Bristol, they've had a decent season. I thought about maybe, especially early season, I thought they'd be higher than where they are. Rather than, well, I think most just said they go down, but
Yeah.
they've done okay. Well, for them. It's been an okay game, but I don't think anything special. I think it'd be hard to pick a winner here, so I'm going 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1, same as me. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Harry, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, Rotherham done good this season. Like I think I didn't say they'd go down. I think, to be fair, at the start of the season, don't know. They're just like they're a bit of a bogey team to some teams, aren't they? Like they can get a win here and there. I wouldn't be surprised if we won at Bristol. To be fair, probably go for a 2-1 Rotherham win.
Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Fair enough with that. So yeah, there's that one. Moving on to the next load of games, which is, Harry, I'll let you go here. Obviously, your team, Birmingham, taking on Blackpool. Surely you win this one, given how Blackpool have been away. You know, you got an impressive win at the week.
Yeah, it's knowing us though, win 1-0 Millwall and lose like 2-0 to Blackpool or something like that. I mean, Blackpool really do need to pretty much win this game. Like they have to. Like, obviously Birmingham probably want to finish like highest as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a draw. But yeah, Blackpool really do need to win. Like I could see 2-1 either way, but I think Blackpool might win 2-1 because they really need it.
Jeez, fair enough, mate. That's interesting. Lewis, your thoughts on this one? Obviously, one of your favourite teams playing, you know what I mean?
Get in the bin. Like, literally, climb yourself in the bin, but just don't forget to put a lid on it and make sure the bin men take you away.
All right.
Oh, Johnny Eustace.
No, I think we've got teams really. Birmingham, you know, they've done okay, I guess. Unfortunately, you know, they're there. Yes.
Come on, Lewis. Even you thought they'd finish rock bottom more or less at the start of the season.
No, I didn't say rock bottom. I think I said like 21st, 25th, 20th, something like that. There again, you're still around, though. I mean, is what it is. No, I don't rate Blackburn. Not Blackburn, fucking hell, Blackpool. They're probably down 2-0 Birmingham.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I think as well, mate. I was debating, I was thinking, like Harry was saying earlier, it could be a draw, just given, you know, how Birmingham can be sometimes, and you know, Blackpool need to really get a result, but just don't rate Blackpool this season. Obviously, their last 5 games, they've lost every single one of them away. A lot of them they've lost 2-0 as well. And yeah, I just think Birmingham will do it, especially, you know, getting that win over the week. Obviously, a good win away at Millwall. So, yeah, I think they'll win 2-0 as well, to be honest with you, mate.
We're from the seaside. We are Blackpool FC.
Move on.
Well, just before I move on, I'm going to go through Chris's predictions for Bristol City and this one. He's got 2-0 Bristol City, fair enough. And then he's gone 1-0 to Birmingham against Blackpool.
I do think Blackpool will get something either way, if the win or draw. I do think they will get something.
Draw?
I still think 2-1 Blackpool, but I think they will get a result no matter what, because they have to.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I do. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, to be honest. It's like one of them now or never moments.
Oh,
yeah,
sugar.
I just don't rate them away, mate. I just really don't. Like I said, they haven't won any of the last 5. You know,
Gary
It's a
Medine,
bit
bro.
gutting if they do go down because it is, it's the away day everyone looks for. But yeah, I just don't rate them this season.
Could they be down if they lose tomorrow as well?
No,
I don't think so.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't
That
think so. So they're on 38.
I don't think anybody can mathematically get down. Actually,
Nah, it's only Wigan. I know Wigan can.
are they?
Well, that's not even if they. That's if Wigan lose. If they draw or win, I think they'll be. Well, win obviously they'll be all right. I think if they draw, they'll be all right. But yeah, might as well get into that because that is the next one. Wigan versus Millwall. Millwall recently.
No, I don't want to go to frigging MSN. Go away.
There you go. Millwall obviously recently. I don't know what it is with them. They've had a bit of a drop. Obviously, they're still fifth in the playoffs. But the thing is, a lot of these teams around them win this weekend. Like West Brom, Coventry. They'll go above them. Even Blackburn. Sunderland. Will, because they'll have better goal difference, same points but better goal difference. So Millwall really need to get a result to try and cement that fifth place because the gap between them and Middlesbrough, is done for me. Obviously Middlesbrough 9 points ahead of them. So it's an interesting one. Wigan, like I said, if they do lose, they will be relegated. I think if they draw, they'll be they won't be relegated yet. Win, obviously, there won't be. People might call me mad. I'm going to go over Wigan win, mate. I'm going 1-0 Wigan. 1-0 Wigan, mate. That's what I'm going with. Lewis, what do you reckon?
I'm just trying to think something out. So they lose, they win. 7. So if Blackpool lose and QPR win, Blackpool are down.
Oh, it'd be brilliant, Gareth Ainsworth.
Yeah, so Blackpool are down if QPR win and they lose.
There you go. How'd you see this one going, though? Wigan Millwall.
Wigan Millwall. It's just going to be one of them games. I think Millwall do finally get a result and actually find out how to score. I'm not really too sure how they even lost the midweek, to be honest. I do think I can see. I think they have enough to beat Wigan, which will obviously put Wigan down if results go the other way, I think. And I can look at the table, actually.
I know for sure, like I said, if Wigan lose, they're down. Draw, I'm not sure.
37, 48, 49, 40. Yeah, so Wigan lose. If they draw, 49. No, wait. 39, 30, there, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Yeah, so if they lose, they're down. If they draw, they feel they can start, but they won't. Unless they win the last two and QPR lose both of the last two.
QPR, that's shocking.
Oh, wait, never mind. I'm looking at Blackpool's. Actually, yeah, if QPR... if they win the next three, and if they... I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about now. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think it's one of them where they're just diving enough in the time. 2-1 Millwall.
2-1 Millwall, fair enough. Harry, your thoughts, mate?
You'd expect Millwall to bounce back, wouldn't you? They haven't been great though recently, have they? I mean, I always thought Birmingham would go there and give them a good game. Did I think Birmingham would win? Probably not. Maybe a draw. at best. But that I thought Millwall were pretty poor the other night against Blues. I could see Wigan getting a 1-0 win, to be fair. I mean, I think that, again, like Blackpool, they need a result, so they'll at least get a result from this game. But Millwall obviously really need to win as well. So, it could be one of those games, like an end-to-end game, possibly. You never know. But yeah, Wigan 1, Millwall 0. Bad.
There you go. There you go. Same as me. There you go. So yeah, no, I could see that as well. I just can. It's been a few times this season I've actually predicted Wigan to win 1-0, and they actually have, like when they've rarely won, but against Huddersfield, I said 1-0 and it was. So yeah, we will see. So yeah, moving on to the next one, which is the 5:30 game tomorrow, which is a derby. I do remember the reverse fixture this season between these two, Preston and Blackburn. Blackburn got absolutely hammered. That was the early kickoff, 4-1. It was in the end. Preston, obviously, they do have a chance of getting in the playoffs still, and it's mainly down to their away form, to be honest. The fourth best side in the league away. At home, they've improved. They're 19th now on home form. Before they were second bottom. And they do turn up in these sort of games, whether it's a derby or it's just a big clash against one of the, higher up sides in the table. You look at, obviously, the derbies they've had, like I said, the 4-1 win in the reverse fixture. Blackpool, obviously, Blackburn are much better, but they, beat them 3-1 at home. They've drawn, against Luton, and they've done some decent stuff at home against certain teams. So for that reason, Blackburn very inconsistent as well. I'm going with a Preston win, mate. I'm going 2-1 Preston. Your thoughts on this one, Harry?
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? You never know with these two. Like, they could just be good or rubbish, pretty much. Preston not too bad at home. Blackburn, they slipped up against Coventry in stoppage time. They only drew to Huddersfield as well. I like a couple of their players, to be fair. I think they're decent players, but they just seem a bit inconsistent recently. Like Dolan, he's a good player. Dolan, Blackburn, I think he's one of their best players. He's a good player, but yeah, I don't think they will win this game. I think it'll be like 2-0 Preston, to be honest.
Yep, no, fair enough. Same as me, in the sense where you think Preston will win. Yeah, no, I think it's that same. I just think, like I say, very inconsistent. I'll say Preston do tend to, do well in these derby games. Excuse me, especially when they're playing, the higher up teams as well. So yeah, I'll get Lewis to do his predictions that when he comes back for that one. Moving on to the next one, which is the game on Sunday. Yeah, another interesting one. Two teams fighting for the playoffs. It's a very hard one to call this. This is probably the toughest game for me to predict out of these game weeks. Because honestly, I think it could go either way. And the way I see this one is whoever doesn't win this probably won't get playoffs now. Obviously, it's West Brom versus Sunderland. West Brom overall have a good record against Sunderland at home. Sunderland, I'd say even if they don't make the playoffs, they've had a brilliant first season back, giving, the first time back, in the Championship for a while. West Brom, I did say when Luton drew 0-0 earlier in the season, when they were down there, they're in a false position. I just think due to the record they have at home, they'll edge this one against Sunderland. I'm going to go with another 2-1. 2-1 West Brom. Your thoughts on this one, Harry?
I'm Sunderland till I die. I'm Sunderland till I die. I know I am, sure I am Sunderland till I die. Nah.
Joshua will love that one.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Sunderland, to be fair. Decent team. What they've done this season, very, very good. Although, to be honest, I'm not surprised. It's just a shame that, Ross Stewart has got injured.
Yeah, even with him being out, it's still been brilliant majority of the time.
I mean, a big player for them this season has been Amad Diallo, even if he is a bit of a diver.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, it is a shame that Ross Stewart isn't there, because I think if he was, I think they would easily cement top 6 easy. I mean, I remember watching him in the playoff final against Wickham. He was class. Scored that really good goal. So yeah, he's a big miss for them. It's a tough one, isn't it? Carlos Corberán coming, he's doing well for West Brom. Actually, it's just got to be a Sunderland win, though. Like, it's a shame. It's a shame, because I would be more convinced if Ross Stewart was in. But I don't know. It is a tough one to predict.
Yeah, for me, like I said, it's the toughest one out of these games.
It's got to be a away win, like Sunderland bringing all those fans, like, you know.
Yeah,
like, they can't go all the way back up there without a result at least. So 3-1 Sunderland.
Jeez, emphatic. Okay, interesting. Lewis is obviously back. Before I ask him his prediction for this one, quick prediction for Preston versus Blackburn, Lewis.
Let me just find it. 2-1 Blackburn.
2-1 Blackburn, yeah, fair enough. And then your thoughts on this one, West Brom Sunderland?
Sunderland not been great since losing striking after losing Sims. West Brom are one of them where they just do what they want, sort of thing. Play well when they want to play well, and then they don't. They fall to pieces. But I don't see a winner in this personally. So I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1? Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. I'll say
Sunderland till I die. Sunderland till I die.
Oh, God.
It's back away, me.
Like I said, Joshua will be loving that from you, Harry. Obviously, he's a Sunderland fan, as you can see there. He's gone 2-1 to Sunderland. Fair enough. I do think if Sunderland win, it probably would be something like that. But yeah, like I said, for me, the loser of this one, if there is a loser, of course, if it doesn't end up a draw like Lewis thinks, I think that, the other one won't get the playoffs. But either way, like I said, obviously I've gone West Brom, but either way, if Sunderland don't win, I still think it's a very good first season back, So we will see with that one.
Sunderland messed up. Quickly to say as well, Sunderland messed up at home against that draw against Huddersfield, man. That was a big 2 points lost.
To be honest, from what I saw in that game, they could have actually lost that game as well. So I think Huddersfield were a lot better in that second half, honestly. Yeah. And the disallowed goal, I've only seen one angle of it, so I'm not going to proper judge it, but I don't really know why it didn't stand, to be honest. So it's all interesting. But yeah, moving on to the next one, the Monday night game. Obviously, my team, Luton, take on Middlesbrough, obviously 3rd versus 4th. It's a very interesting one, this one. Obviously, for me, personally, it's probably going to be what you're going to see in the playoff final, if I'm being honest. I just think that 6th place, you don't even know who's going to get it. And I just think, it's going to be one of them. It's going to be, you're going to see a glimpse of what's to come, I reckon. So yeah, it's all interesting. Obviously, I am confident going into this game that Luton won't lose, because since we've been back in the Championship, we haven't actually lost to Middlesbrough at home. I remember some memorable games over the years. First game back in the Championship, Friday night game, 3-3 draw. Sonny Bradley scored an absolute banger that game. Centre-back as well. Oh, what a goal that was. And then last season, I remember going to that game midweek. We were 1-0 down, come back and won 3-1. I think Cornick scored a double that game. Do you know what I mean? I think that tells you all you need to know at them times there. Obviously, the reverse fixture was obviously at their ground. Obviously, 1-2-1. But even then, I don't think we played too bad. That was Rob Edwards' first game. I just think the red card was the turning point. We actually were in that game for a while. Took the lead as well. Clark with a brilliant solo goal. I reckon he'll be back for this one. I reckon Elijah will be back, like coming on, starting. So yeah, the record. I'm confident. Luton won't lose. But yeah, it's one of them. For me, a couple of weeks ago, I'd have probably gone with a Luton win, but I'm gonna go sit on the fence and go with a draw. Because like I said, me personally, I'll put it out there right now. I think this will be the playoff final, and I reckon this is where you'll see a glimpse of what's to come. But then when it comes to the playoff final, you'll see one of the teams edge it. But I don't know who. Obviously, hopefully Luton. But yeah, I'm gonna go over 1-1. Go over 1-1.
Where are Mouse gone then?
Probably the safest to go with, really. But yeah, Harry, your thoughts on this one, mate?
God, it's tough, isn't it?
It is.
See, if Middlesbrough didn't have Chuba Akpom, to be honest, I'd easily say Luton win easily. Depends if they can feed him good service or not is the key question for this game, in my opinion. And then it's like players for you like Elijah turning up and all that. Because obviously, I mean, you haven't scored many goals this season. Like, you have scored quite a few, don't get me wrong, but there's been games.
No, I know what you're saying, mate. We get frustrated as Luton fans because, the amount of chances we have in games, we should be putting games to bed. A lot of games recently, well, not really recently, but more so, last month, say, for example, I think we got like 3 1-0 wins in a row. And it was obviously brilliant wins, but at the same time, we need to try and get that goal difference up. The chances we have in games, we should put games to bed most of the time. So definitely agree with that, mate.
Yeah, I mean, if you won all your rest of your games as well, like, how many games is there left now? Like 3 games.
Yeah, 3. So then 2 after this for us.
If you could finish on 84 points, that'd be gutting. That if you can't get second, like, that must be so frustrating. Like getting all those points and getting like third. I think I'll go 2-1 Luton for this one. Only just though. I think home form could be a key. I think if it was away at like Middlesbrough, I think it could be 2-1 the other way. I think the fact that you're at home is a big plus point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, it was 2-1 to them in the reverse fixture, like I said. That was a tight game as well. That was obviously Rob Edwards' first game. It's just a red card for me was the turning point in that one.
Rob Edwards.
He
knows that's what we need. Locker at the back. Morrison attack. Luton's going to the Premier League.
Come on, you already know. Lewis, your thoughts on this one, mate?
It'll be an interesting one, that's safe to say. But it also depends on Middlesbrough turn up, because if second half Middlesbrough turn up against Salford, I don't know. I think it could be a draw, but I just got a feeling Middlesbrough might nick it. I don't know why. I just got a little feeling that Middlesbrough will just nick it 2-1. But it won't be hugely convincing. It'll just be like one of them. But I don't think you'll play badly. But I just don't think there's a reason why they won't get something.
No, that's fair enough. Mate. Like I say, I could see if someone wins, I could see it being the 2-1. I think it's one of them. I wouldn't be shocked if Luton got a 2-1 because, like Harry says, they're at home, and like I say, we are unbeaten against Middlesbrough at home since we've been back in the Championship. I think their last win was like 1974 or something crazy like that at Luton. So, but I'm just going to go and draw. I think it'll be the playoff final, and you'll see someone will edge it there and then win that one. This will be a glimpse, in my opinion, of what's to come in that sense. I don't want to jinx it, but most people would probably say Luton Middlesbrough, to be honest, especially if it stays out, the table stays out it is now. Obviously, Luton getting third, Middlesbrough getting fourth. Most likely be Luton versus whoever ends up getting 6, which, they can't even cement their place in there. So I'd be confident in that. And
You'd
then
love
obviously,
Sunderland, though, wouldn't you, Tyler?
What's that?
You'd love Sunderland, wouldn't you?
No, not after the last game. Travelling up there as well. It'd be a bit long, but yeah, no. And then I still think Mill will probably get fifth. So, it'll probably be Middlesbrough versus them, which won't be easy, but I think Middlesbrough progress in that, to be honest. So we will see. But yeah, that's all the games of the game week 44. Like I said, there is 3 rescheduled games next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's interesting how they've done these. The first one, again, another derby. Yeah, Rotherham Cardiff on Thursday, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, Blackburn versus Burnley. Now, again, another derby. I think earlier in the season, didn't Burnley win 3-0? Something like that. They absolutely tore them apart. I'm pretty sure it was them anyway. This one's an interesting one because, in my opinion, like I said, Burnley would have won the league. Obviously, they're still trying to rack up, getting as many points as possible, trying to get this record. Blackburn, obviously, again, they're trying to fight for playoffs. Because I think Burnley will be, on the beach in a sense, because I reckon they'll win their game tomorrow. I'm going to sit on the fence and go over 1-1 draw. So that's what I'm going with in that one. Harry, your thoughts on this one, mate?
I mean, if Burnley lose to the lovely Gareth Ainsworth, then I could see them losing again, to be fair. I do think it'll be 1-0 QPR against Burnley. I don't know why I changed it to 1-1. I'm going to stick with 1-0, by the way.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but for this one, I feel like Blackburn would be really up for it, especially with it being a derby.
And the previous game as well.
It all depends what happens, I think, at Preston tomorrow. I think if they beat Preston, then I think they could beat Burnley. I don't know. Like I say, mate, it's hard to predict without knowing tomorrow's result, but
yeah,
probably go for like 2-1 Blackburn, maybe.
Fair enough, mate.
Do you just not like Burnley, sorry?
What? Nah, I actually do like Burnley. I was actually going to go 2-1 Burnley, but I just thought, I don't know. It's just hard because it depends what happens tomorrow. Like, I think if Blackburn lose at Preston, which I think they will, I think they'll lose to Burnley. But I just obviously don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. These are difficult, annoying. Obviously, I don't really tend to do this, but with the rescheduled ones, I do. Obviously, if this was a separate game week, then I'd have left it because it's like rescheduled. You just might as well do it. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. Lewis, your thoughts on this one?
It depends on Blackburn turn up. If I'm being honest.
Your defence is terrified. Dolan's on fire.
Don't, because he got man of the match against Hull and he did nothing, so I don't know how he got it. Literally. I checked his draft of the game and I saw the word Tyrese Dolan. I'm just like, you're taking the mick. All he did was miss an easy goal and then did nothing. I forgot I was on the pitch. It's like Cameron Archer when he scored, I just completely forgot I was on the pitch.
That was funny, that was. Cameron Archer scored for Middlesbrough, and you love him as well, Lewis.
No, he scored. And I'm like, was that Cameron Archer? And I said to my mate next to me, I forgot I was on the pitch, I'm not going to lie. I just completely forgot I was playing because he did nothing until the goal. He did nothing either afterwards. They did nothing after they scored third.
Limbs.
But that's another day. That's for you, bro, later.
Chuba Akbom, baby.
No.
Chuba Akbom, whoa.
The Middlesbrough Rage is for you, bro, later.
You what?
The Middlesbrough Rage is for after this on Nubo or WhatsApp or whatever.
Promoting Nubo on our stream.
As much as I think Burnley will be on the beach after this because they've won the league and that. I don't think they'll turn up. Probably a bit drunk, but still. And they'll win 2-1.
Yeah. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Moving on to the next one, which is the game on Wednesday. That is Sheffield United versus West Brom. Now, obviously,
one thing I was meant
Sheffield
to say
United,
as well, Tyler, don't you think and Lewis, don't you think Vincent Kompany looks like Megamind?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yes. Absolutely.
For God's sake, man.
Oh, mate. Oh, God.
He had to get that in, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said,
He looks like my blooming old school teacher.
Oh, I know he's going to be watching Megamind tomorrow now. Oh.
But yeah, Sheffield United versus West Brom. Sheffield United, obviously, this will be after their FA Cup game tomorrow, which I do think they will lose, given it's Man City. West Brom, obviously, I think they'll get that win against Sunderland. Sheffield United, they want to cement that second place, and I did say I think they will because they've got a lot of favourable home games. Obviously, they've won them games as well. Obviously, beating the ones I was referring to, beating Cardiff, the Bristol City game as well. So, yeah, and this is another one for me. Even though West Brom are obviously trying to get playoffs, I think with Sheffield United being at home, I think they'll win this one. I'll go 2-1 Sheffield United. So that's my one. Lewis, your thoughts?
I mean, if they win this, do they go up or?
Probably, yeah. I think so. Because then there'd be, if Luton got a draw, which I think they will, they'll be 9 points clear. So yeah, they will do.
So basically, you have to win to try and keep it open.
What's that?
So basically, you have to beat Middlesbrough to sort of keep it open.
Yeah.
Or draw and hope Sheffield lose every single game.
Well, if they win this, they'll probably draw. No, if they draw, they'll be open just. Anyway, I think this is where they do it. I think this is where they secure it and they'll be Premier League team again for another season, and they'll probably be back in the Championship. But Sheffield is just a bit good, aren't they? Especially at home. So definitely beating Burnley 4-0, 4-2, whatever it was. I just think Sheffield just get it over the line, get it done. Basically, make the Championship no more fun when all Championship fans just have to focus on League One. Because that's kicking off, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be reasonably easy. It's 2-0 Sheffield United.
Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Harry, your thoughts, mate?
Again, if West Brom were to beat Sunderland, I reckon they'll go and beat Sheffield, but I think Sunderland beat West Brom, so I'd love Luton to get second. It'd be class.
That would be mental.
It's just boring having Sheffield United back up there, a boring team with a boring player called Billy Sharp,
And Oliver Burnley. No, I can't deal with Oliver Burnley and Alexander Mitrovic in the same bloody league. For God's sake.
Ollie McBurney's not good enough for the Prem. He's terrible.
I've just remembered that I'm Burnley and Mitrovic in the same league. No,
Lewis, what would you do if Hull signed McBurney?
Kill myself.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I don't want to say it, but I think Sheffield United will win quite comfortable, like 2-0 win or something like that.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Both gone 2-0. I've gone 2-1. It's fair enough. And then moving on to the final one. Like I said, it's on a Thursday. I didn't realise I was watching Europa League. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, it's mad. But that is Rotherham versus Cardiff. Probably not. Yeah, for some reason, it's already got the lineups out. Do they know something we don't? I noticed this earlier when I had a look at it as well.
That might that might be the
probably in the reverse picture.
No, that might be the lineup from when the game got called off.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, true. True. So actually, obviously, this was the game that did get called off, like Lewis says. Obviously, due to the weather, which was a bit of a mad one, flooded pitch and that. So yeah, this one is an interesting one. Now, obviously, both teams, I think they'll stay up. Obviously, they're in the battle, but I think Rotherham will get a point closer in their game against Bristol City. I think Cardiff will get a win, which is obviously 3 points safer. This one, there's always one. There's always 1-0. I'm going to go for it to be this one. Your thoughts, Lewis?
This is going to sound incredibly harsh on Cardiff because they were leading this, obviously, before it got cancelled. Which is why I think that that groundsman wasn't trying very hard and just dragging the water back on the pitch. Like the absolute fool he was. Yeah, everyone's gonna be filming it, this, that, and other. Somebody's you just see the women's steward just pulling the water back on the pitch and then ever so slightly putting it back on the side and then putting it back on and vice versa and that sort of crap. It was Ollie McBurney and Mitrovic.
Oh,
Nothing else it was. Especially after what McBurney did to Tete, dickhead. Anyway, that's for another day. This is sounding incredibly harsh in Cardiff. We're bleeding at the time of the cancellation. 1-0 of them.
Oh, that's fair enough. I thought he was going to say to get absolutely hammered, to be honest, given by what you were saying there. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. It's 1 in a minute. But Harry, your thoughts, mate?
Just how the heck has it got a Cardiff City like that high percentage of winning probability? It's just crazy.
I know.
Wait, is that 100% Cardiff?
99.8.
Fucking hell.
I've never seen anything like that on here, by the way.
Bloody heck. Rotherham win again, I think. 2-0 Rotherham. Oh my God, why is there a Snapchat tonight?
Yeah, no, fair enough. I also think, to be honest, with this, it's based on that game, even though it's only 1-0. So again, I don't know why the percentage was that high.
Yeah.
It weren't like they were 4-0 up. You can't even say 3-0 nowadays, can you? Because comebacks. Today's game. So yeah, stuff like that. Really. But there you go, people. They are the end of the championship predictions. Obviously, game week 44 plus, obviously, then 3 scheduled games. Obviously, Hannah asked me if I could do this. So obviously, I've done it for him. So yeah, it's where we're going to wrap up. But yeah, big up to everyone that's tuned in and all of that. Don't forget to smash the like. I know we're currently on 15 likes, so big up to yourselves. Like I said, apologies, we were late. I just didn't really want to do it by myself because I'd have been repeating myself like I did on my channel. So yeah, that is that. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. I know Hanno's getting even closer to 400 as well, which is boss. He did do a video with Guni as well earlier, so make sure you check that out. Guni, big Chelsea content creator, so make sure you check that out as well. And yeah, obviously me, T-Boys TV, literally there. If you just search that in, bang, first thing that comes up now. I've overtook all the other T-Boy TV mugs that are trying to copy me. No, I'm joking. But I've took over them now, so I'm the first thing that comes up. And yeah, if you go onto one of my recent videos / streams, you'll find all my socials there. Lewis, mate, where can they find you?
Let's post watch on YouTube, really. Might be doing a watch songs of Villa Fulham on
Tuesday, innit?
It is, I think so.
Yeah, I saw it earlier. I think it's Tuesday.
Doing it.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really it, I think.
Yeah, there you go. And I did notice, Lewis, actually, since you come on my channel the other day, you gained a few subscribers as well.
No.
Yeah. I think you gained about 4.
Wait, what?
Honestly, what was you on? 142? I think you're on 146 now. Something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I noticed it. When I saw it the other day. So there's that. But yeah, Harry, anywhere on social media they can find you?
Oh, anywhere really.
Tinder.
Yeah.
This guy.
Oh god, yeah, Tinder.
Oh my god. There you go.
Hanno, hit me up on Tinder, bro.
You'll probably watch this in the morning and be like, what the hell was this? Oh dear. But nah, that is where obviously we are going to wrap up. So like I said, big up to everyone that tuned in. Don't forget to smash the like. All of that. Libash. Like Harry says. And yeah, I'm not sure if Hanno's next load of content, but obviously he'll keep you lot updated. So yeah, we will all see you lot in a bit. Take care and peace. Up the Luton.